Hi guys, it's Sock. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create these J-Hope Hopewell mixtape nails. They've been really hotly requested on Twitter, so let's get started. So I've painted my nails with a couple of base colours, a red, a yellow and a blue, and I'm just going to go in and very quickly do my index. I'm speeding through this because all I've literally done is just paint some grid lines on my nails with yellow polish, so I'm not really going to bother showing you that. There's far more interesting things to see. So the first of the most complicated nails is going to be the middle. We're going for this picture that you can see in the bottom corner with the mountains and the flamingos and the palm trees and all that crazy stuff. So I'm just starting off with a bright yellow and I'm going in and just painting in the starts of those mountains. This video is going to jump about a little bit because there's an awful lot of freehand involved and I don't want to take up too much of your time. So I'm just going to get those all filled in and then I'll go back in and do the detail work. Using a nail polish that dries slowly is a massive benefit when you're doing freehand work because you can actually blend the colours together a little bit. Quick dry polish is a bit of a pain when it comes to creating shadow and depth on freehand designs because obviously the polish sits on top of each other and you don't get that nice gradation. So I'm just going in with a neon orange and I'm just going to highlight some shadows and just pick out some texture. I'm not being particularly careful with this, I'm just kind of slapping it on wherever, just to get a little bit of detail. Done. Right, next set of mountains are in the foreground and these are kind of a lilac-y purple colour. So I'm just going to go in and place those over the top of what I've just created. The whole video is massively surreal, there's lots of really bright neon colours which I really like. It gives me the opportunity to be a little bit crazy with my nail art. Okay, so I'm just going to go in with a slightly darker purple and I'm going to again pick out some detail. Just going to go in on the caps of the mountains. I'm very roughly working to the picture, but I'm also using a little bit of creative license with this because you're never going to get a proper photorealistic design on your nails. Palm trees next, just going in and dropping some green in for the leaves. I'm purposely keeping this quite basic. It doesn't need to be really massively detailed because there's a lot going on this nail and it's going to get a little bit busy. 2 tree trunks. And now onto the flamingo. Again, the flamingo is massively stylised. I've literally just done a little blobby kind of bird body and then picked out some colours with a slightly darker pink and obviously popped his legs in and his beak in and eyes as well. It's mostly about suggestion with the design, you don't have to go for total photorealism. I'm just going to then put in the little blue swoosh at the bottom. I'm actually recreating these. The first time I did them I didn't record them, so my nails are a little bit longer, so I've kind of gone a little bit too far down my nail and it's a lot smaller than the picture, so I apologise for that. Next up we're going to do the Hope nail. So first off I'm just going to take a red and a small detail brush and I'm going to start plotting in the letters. The letters are quite bubbly, so the first thing I'm going to do is just stick in a basic H, O, P and E just to get the spacing right and leave a little bit of a gap between each of them, and then I'll go back in and fill over the letters and make them look a little bit more like the text in the music video. Okay, so the text, as I say, is a little bit more bulbous than what I've drawn in, so I'm just going in with that same red and I'm just going to go over the top of what I've created. It's a lot easier when you're doing freehand to actually create guidelines and guide text for yourself because it's going to get covered up anyway. It makes it easier than trying to actually get each one exactly like the picture first time round. Take it in passes, take it in stages, it's a lot easier than trying to go for perfection in one go. Okay, done. There's also some kind of pink highlights on some of this text. It's not immediately obvious on the video, but when you zoom in, it is there. So I'm just popping that on in a bright pink. Now for the yellow swoosh at the bottom, just popping in the line with the detail brush, and then I'll go in with a regular nail polish brush out of the bottle just to fill in the rest. This just keeps my lines nice and neat. Done. Last nail is the Hopewell aeroplane, so we're going to have to play around a little bit with this. Bit of purple on the bottom for the ground, bit of blue for the sun in the background. I love this pop art style. I mean, I love the mixtape as it is, but I absolutely love the visuals for this. They're so wicked. And now time for the aeroplane itself. It's really hard to do a detailed aeroplane really small, so don't get hung up on the small details. As I said before, this is all about gesture and about suggestion, so just make it look sort of. The black outline can be a little bit difficult as well. The only thing I can recommend really is to get yourself a really good little tiny detail brush. This one that I'm using is from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description box below. So I'm just using a stamping polished black to do my black outline because it's a really pigmented black, and it means that I'm going to get a nice clean strong line. Again, I'll put a link down in the description box below to the stamping polish that I use. I'm just filling in some little details like the little turbines and things on the aeroplane, and just dots for some little windows. Again, it's not going to be as neat and clean as the actual drawing because it's so much smaller, but as I say, we're just going for sort of suggestion really. And that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I will be doing the rest of the mixtape series very soon. Until then, give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!